I think most of the time what I do, like I go blank, like no idea. We will be able to capture that rare moment only if we observe the street. The biggest mistake what I have observed.
Hello everyone, this is Payal Rani Behera and I welcome you to the show Legend, presented by XIM University, powered by School of Communication. Legend is a show where we delve into the minds of extraordinary individuals who have shaped their craft into an art form. We are honored to have with us Mr. D.K. Pattnayak, who is an acclaimed photographer and whose work spans across streets, travel, documentary and portrait photography. Known for his phenomenal storytelling, Mr. Pattnayak has pushed his boundaries for not just capturing images but emotions and narratives which resonate deeply. In this interview, we'll discuss about his journey, creative process and evolving world of photography through his lens. Also, we'll learn about how he has mastered the art of storytelling through photography. Hello sir, we are honored to have you with us here.
Thank you so much.
Making no more delay, let's dive right into the topic and talk about various creative dilemmas we face during photography. As mass communication students, we have a course of digital still photography where we learn about photography and various storytelling approaches. So my question to you, sir, how do you approach storytelling in your photography?
Okay. See, most of my works has some stories in it. Sometimes also there is no story. There is just a picture, and there are photographs where there is a very deep story inside it. Approach is very different. It depends on what I am trying to shoot. Like it can be a landscape, it can be wildlife, it can be streets, it can be a portrait. There are many genres in photography. So depending on what I am trying to shoot, the approach for finding that story is different. So for example, if I am shooting in the streets, I want to capture a very rare moment. It happens all the time, but those rare moments we will be able to capture that rare moment only if we observe the street, what's happening around us, and in that chaos, you will find that rare moment, like decisive moment we say. So you will find that moment. Again, this is it's about the moments. Like there is no story, but it's a moment. It's a rare moment. We are shooting it. But again, when I'm shooting any culture, let's say Rath Yatra or any festivals or a specific tribe or something like that, there are stories like about the people, about the place. So in that way, we have to do some research. Like previously, we have to know about that culture, about that area, about that particular festival. Then we have a pre-visualization of the things. Like this is the thing we can shoot. This is the thing we can get. This is the story we are looking for. But again, when we reach there, we have to act like we have to be very careful about it. Like careful in the sense. Let's say every culture, every festivals have some ethics, and also we have to be very respectful towards the what is it like? For example, let's say I'm shooting a very a tribal moment. Okay, a tribal society is there. They are having a their own festival. They are very strict and very strict about what they are doing. Okay, so we have to respect their privacy and all those things. So as a photographer, that is also our responsibility. So finding a story in that, we have to take care of all these things.
So it's really nice to hear that from you. Coming up to next question, I want to ask you that what are the elements that guide the narrative that you follow in your work?
Narratives, in the sense, like what type of narrative you want to know?
What are the things which you kept in mind while capturing some pictures of culture, or as you said, wildlife pictures and
see, basically it's a balance between two things. We have some ideas that I'm going to shoot this picture. I have some pre-visualization, like this is the picture I will be shooting. But again, after reaching the place, it's very unpredictable. For example, streets. In street photography, it's very unpredictable. Can't control the light. You have no control over the people around you. You have no control over the entire setup. It's just a chaos. Everything is happening the way it is, unstaged. So in that way, again, observation is the key. You have to observe carefully and shoot. So narratives, these are the things. And again, like unpredictable things happen all the time in street photography. So I think most of the time what I do, like I go blank, like no ideas. Because once you have ideas, you will stick to only that thing, you know. Like for example, I have an idea about like, no, this is the picture I want to shoot. This is the genre I want to target, or this is the frame, this is the story. If we go by this, we will be very strict to only that particular picture. We will try to find out that, no, I need that picture only. In that way, we are missing all the other, possibilities. Like, so in streets, be unpredictable, because street is unpredictable. Go in a blank mind. Whatever opportunities are there, whatever you see the picture, like this is the picture I can get. Don't restrict yourself in that. So you will get pictures. Not any particular like things or pre-ideas, not required.
Okay, sir. So as we go through your social media handles, we get to witness perfect timings of each frames captured. So how do you balance spontaneity and intention in capturing meaningful moments?
Yeah, again, as I said earlier also, unpredictable. The things are very unpredictable. So sometimes we have to wait along to get that one particular picture. We have to wait along to have the moment to happen in this frame. Like whenever you are in the streets, mostly my works are like based on street and travel photography. So I used to go to the streets and frame it in the camera, like this is the frame, and I wait for the moment to happen. So when it happens, you have to click it. And again, like in modern cameras, we have continuous shooting mode also. So it's not about like this is the only picture we shoot. To get that picture, we are shooting a lot of pictures. So in between those pictures, that particular wow picture comes out.
Okay. So, sir, as you talked about the culture of photographing, so do you aim to capture it as an outsider or try to integrate yourself within it to tell a more intimate story?
Again, depends on the culture I'm shooting. Okay. Because initially we will go as an outsider. As an outsider, we will observe the things, what are the culture, what are the barriers they have put for the outsiders, because we can't just go and enter in that culture and mix with them and start shooting, because we have to have some respect for their barriers. Okay, once you understand them, once they are familiar with you, they feel comfortable with you, and with all their terms and conditions, you go little deeper, then you can explore and integrate yourself with the culture or whatever you're shooting. So that's the approach. Like, we have to be very careful about it.
Okay, sir. So now coming to a very important aspect of industry, the financials, do you try to balance the artistic integrity of your work with the need to make it commercially viable?
I always try that. Why? Because I can understand, like so many commercial, when we're talking about commercial photography or commercial projects, filmmaking, there are certain demands from the client. Okay, even if you are very creative, even if you have some ideas, you have to work according to the client's demand. Otherwise, because they will not pay you. Okay, so again, but I believe as a photographer, as an artist, you should maintain your strict, a creative vision. Educate the client regarding, no, this is the thing I shoot. If you want me to shoot this, this will be the result. This will be the output. So I know, like initially, so many clients will not come to you, but eventually, once you stick to it, you will get quality clients, like commercial sector, if I say. So good quality commercial projects you will get, because they are looking for creative people. They are not just looking for technically correct people. Like I'm saying technically correct because in these days there are so many photographers who will click good pictures only, no creativity. Technically correct, I say. So that's technically correct picture, but it's not a creative picture. So once the picture is creative, client gets what they want, and also it shows your signature style in the entire commercial project or whatever you are doing.
Okay. So do you feel pressure to compromise on quality for financial gain?
Never.
Okay.
I think nobody should feel that pressure. No compromise in quality, and no matter whatever financial pressure you have, never compromise in the quality, or never try to. These days, I can share one thing which I observed from a lot of photographers I meet. So many people are just trying to copy something, the ideas, the creative approach, the same style pictures. They're just trying to copy it. In the name of inspiration, they are just copying it. There is no own creativity, nothing else. So that's the very wrong thing. What's happening these days? But again, no compromise in quality, no compromise in your creativity, and never try to copy something else and recreate something else. Create your own work, create your own art. So that's the thing I do, and I will definitely suggest that every photographer should do it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to get more valuable insights from you. Could you please talk about the mistakes that newbies tend to do trying to make a career out of the art of storytelling through photographs?
Yes. The biggest mistake what I observed, like I have done so many workshops, and even youngsters and so many aspiring photographers are there who are trying to start their journey in photography. And the biggest mistake they do is they go very deep into the technical part of photography. All about gears, what camera should I buy, what are the lenses, I have money, I will go and buy 5 lakhs of cameras and 6 lakhs of cameras. Very technical. So, and by doing this, they are somehow neglecting the real learning process, which is your composition, how to frame it, why you should frame it the way, like what is the story behind it. So these are the things they are missing out. They are only going for the technicalities of photography, like what shutter speed should I use, what ISO should I use, how I will get the technically correct image. So don't go for the technically correct image. Create photographs which have this composition, good colors, good stories in it, good moments in it. Not about like technically correct pictures. So this is the biggest mistake they are doing. And second mistake, as I was saying earlier, they are trying to copy, because obviously, like I can understand, even whenever we start something, we look for inspiration. But again, in the name of inspiration, we should not copy others' work. Okay, we can get inspired. We can understand that why that photographer shot it. Like there are so many BTS behind this thing, the story. Even so many interviews are there about the photographer when he is talking about his pictures, why he shot it. For example, my biggest inspiration came from Steve McCurry. He is a National Geographic photographer, and I used to view all his pictures, browse through all his pictures. But again, I watched all his interviews as well, because I wanted to know the story behind this picture, why he shot this picture only. Okay, so that gives you a clarity about the photographer, his creative vision. You can copy that. You can copy. You should not copy his images, but you can copy his thoughts, his creative. You can get inspired from his idea of why he shot this picture. So that is something I should people should do.
Okay. So, could you please enlighten the freshers with some tips for photography if they are trying to make career out of it?
Trying to make a career out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me be very honest about it.
Yeah.
Photography, making a career out of photography is very tough. It's very challenging, but again, if you make it very well. So initially, if you are starting, just find what excites you the most, like what genre of photography you feel connected to, because just for the sake of doing photography, don't start it. Just for the sake of getting followers on Instagram, don't start it. Okay, or being popular or whatever it is. If you enjoy photography, if you really feel that this is something you do and that gives you that satisfaction, only then you start photography. And once you start, try to find out the particular genre which excites you. It can be wildlife, it can be street and travel, it can be landscapes, and it can be commercials also, like wedding photography, fashion photography. So many things are there. So you can start it and make a portfolio out of it. Earning part, it's very difficult, but yeah, I can divide it in two things. Like for example, if you are in the creative approach, you are creating art. So this includes your wildlife, your street and travel, landscapes, and so many other genres of photography are also included in this sector. So to earn out of it, you can start your own exhibitions, taking part in exhibitions where the pictures are getting sold out, and you can start doing workshops regarding that. You can start doing photo tours because you have the expertise in that field. For example, let's say you are a landscape photographer. So as a landscape photographer, you explore other places like Ladakh and India. So many places are there. Even in our Odisha also, we have Koraput and very beautiful places, very beautiful landscapes. So as a photographer, you went to that location, and you started shooting, you started exploring that area well. Now what you can do, you can, those who are interested in landscape photography, you can just call up few people, like 15 to 20 people gather, and you go with them, you guide them, and you take your fees like as a workshop. So that is a way of earning out of this art. Exhibitions are one part, but again, commercially, when you are talking about like wedding photography, fashion photography, there is a huge opportunity in that. So many wedding photographers I know, they are earning so well. Fashion photographers are earning so well, but please make sure that you are not lost in that chaos. Like these days, you can find hundreds of wedding photographers, fashion photographers all over your place. A particular area, if I can say Bhubaneswar, there are hundreds of wedding photographers, hundreds of fashion photographers. How you can stand out, this is something you have to work on. Okay, don't just mix in the chaos, because they are also getting paid, you will also get paid. But what's there, like what's your signature style, what's your identity, why people should come to you? This is something you have to work on. And again, there is a very long topic about it, and there are courses also how you can improve all these things. It takes time, it's not easy, but yeah, this is the way. So both are very different. Art is different, photography, commercially doing photography is very different. Again, we are creative. I have seen creative people in commercial works also. They are very creative. Their work also gets sold in exhibitions. Okay, so this is the part, but again, two sides of photography. The difficulties of earning money or making a career out of photography is more in this artistic world, where wildlife, street photography, all these things are involved. But yeah, earning opportunity is huge in terms of fashion or weddings or any commercial project you are doing. And these days, photography is also a part, but also these days people are doing filmmaking. Filmmaking in the sense, short films, it can be a documentary or it can be a normal reels, like for phone and social media. So this is also another opportunity to earn money.
So talking about your journey in photography career, at what phase of your life you realized that this is the career option I will be going to choose?
I never imagined it as a career option. photography started just out of passion, okay? Just out of interest. I was in school and used to get that Chinese phone.
Yeah.
So I was very excited to change the wallpaper. First time I got that phone and saw that there is a camera in that. So I used to go roam around with the phone and click pictures and change the wallpaper. So this is how it started. Then when I came to Bhubaneswar, then I get ideas about photography, that this is the thing.
Yeah.
Because till then I was just shooting with the phone, and one of my cousin, he saw the pictures and he said, why don't you take part in photography contest? What is that? Like photography contest? Is there something like that? Yes. So then I started researching about it, and that time net was very like these days we have 5G and all those things and YouTube and vagara vagara. At that time it was very difficult to find ideas about photography online. So I used to get magazines like Better Photography, Smart Photography magazines are there. So different photography magazines were there. Then I joined a club in Bhubaneswar and with other photographers. So slowly it started. So never had an idea that I will make a career out of it. And also I went in a very different way in making a career in photography. It's not a photography career, but again from photography it is coming. Because it's been almost 8 years of my corporate life. Started working with top companies of camera industries only, because I was passionate about photography. So I will enter the company like who is making the cameras. So Canon, Panasonic, Fujifilm. Recently I was working with Fujifilm also. So this is how it all started, and I was in the technical team. So the journey is very, very beautiful. Like, and it helped me to get more ideas about the cameras, about the technical part of photography, how a camera functions, and how what are the trends, what are the new technology coming in the camera industry. Like now I can't be confused about what camera should I buy, because I know the insider informations I have.
Yeah.
Like this is the camera, these are the lenses, this is how the sensor works. So very technical thing I have learned so far throughout this career in corporate by working with top companies, top camera companies, and they are also very good in giving opportunity to learn.
Okay.
So we used to sit with the R&D, research and development team. They are Japanese people, so they used to train us, like give trainings and very beautiful insight about the camera, what's inside the camera. Okay, it's not just about the looks, it's all about that engineering thing and all those technicalities and everything. And I can say like even I had a huge crush on Fujifilm as a brand. Why? Because they make very vintage cameras. Like the look, the design is very vintage. But again, those are modern cameras. The look is very vintage. So I'm a very huge fan for vintage things. Even my photographs also, if you check color photographs, I always try to imitate the old film look. Okay, so I love that colors and all those aspects of photography, and that's why I had a very huge crush on Fujifilm cameras. One of my favorite camera is X Pro 3. It looks very vintage. Okay, you can check online also. It's a very beautiful camera. It's like camera for me. It's not just a tool. It feels good to hold the camera, to dials, those mechanical dials, to hear that shutter sound. So it's a complete package. It's an experience you get when you are shooting out there with the camera.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. You deeply enriched our session. That will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, like, share and subscribe.
Thank you.